let's hope I put the right teams in the goddamn fucking title there. Holy crap! I feel like my voice is about to go. I don't know what the hell's going on, but my voice, I'm sounding like a goddamn 12-year-old pubescent little bitch, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of that whatsoever. My voice keeps fucking sounding like this. I might have to cancel a goddamn stream. Sorry. Just give me a goddamn second here. Hopefully the voice gets under a little bit of control. Holy shit, man. This is actually worse than fucking I don't even know what I was gonna say, man. This is just embarrassing, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my god, I sound like a little bitch tonight. Alright, hopefully the voice comes back. You can still hear a little bit of thunder in there, but the voice certainly crackling a little bit here too. I'm not really sure what the hell is going on, but my voice, maybe it's going to become deeper. Maybe this is second puberty. I don't know, but holy fuck, it's gone. It's going. Alright, we got fucking shit to cover here, and I didn't watch any of the games today, really. Like, I had the Patriots game on. Kind of listened to, sweet Chris Collinsworth more than anything. Didn't really watch a ton. But, yeah, we're almost through the wild card round. And, I mean, I think all the games are pretty solid today. The last one was probably the worst game of the day, unfortunately. But, I mean, the Bills and Jaguars kept it close. It was 27-24 win for Buffalo. Happy to see Josh Allen moving on. So I believe he is the 6th seed. So with the 7th seed Chargers getting knocked off, they'll be in Denver next week. And I think it's a tough matchup for them, but I think they certainly could win that game. Josh Allen's a far superior quarterback than Bo Nix there. Today, I mean, pretty solid. I mean, he's a super efficient, 28 for 35, 7.8 yards per toss, 1 touchdown, 108.7 rating. James Cook really didn't get the ball rolling too much on in the running game there. 46 yards, 15 carries. Josh Allen also did run 2 touchdowns, 33 yards, 11 carries, so he was about the same effectiveness as James Cook. So their running game, like I said, Jacksonville's running game's fucking good, man. Their run defense extremely good, and they kind of showcased that today. So very lucky that, I guess, maybe the second star of the game, Khalil Shakir, had 12 receptions, 82 yards. It's the one thing that scares me about this team, because you kind of look at the Bills, and outside Shakir, you got Brandon Cooks. Hey, I love Brandon Cooks back in like 2010, man, 2011. I love Brandon Cooks. When he was like fucking first coming into the league. That's like 14, 15 years ago since he came in as a 20-year-old. I don't love him so much anymore. Keon Coleman, I mean, does he really do anything that great? Does Gabe Davis do anything that great? Not really. I like their tight ends. I do like their tight ends, Dawson Knox, and Dalton Kincaid, so I do like them offensively. But it's like anything on the outside, they just don't really have. So that's, to me, in the offseason, whether it's a good finish or a bad finish for Buffalo, they definitely need to get that under control, their wide receiver game. They finally need to actually take control of that, get them some outside targets, that sort of thing. Buffalo did have a fumble today. Ray Davis fumbled it, so that kind of helped even up the turnovers a little bit. I mean, Trevor Lawrence wasn't bad. He wasn't overly great. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So those 2 interceptions, you probably keep it to 1 interception. You probably win the game. Running game was very good. Very good for Jacksonville, which I said would be the case. 154 yards, 23 carries. That's 6.7 yards per carry as a team. ETN, 67 yards. Bayshall Tootin, 51 yards. Trevor Lawrence, 31. So, I mean, great running attack. Really great game overall, I would say. I'd say great season for Jacksonville, who, I mean, last year they were dog shit. That's why they fired their coach and brought in Duval. That's why they brought him in. Um, I'm just gonna read a comment real quick. We'll get back to this in a sec. Other than Diggs, Allen's never really had good wide receivers, and even Stephon Diggs, though. Like, yeah, I know he's great. He is great. You can line him up a bit outside, but even Stephon Diggs is a bit of a slot receiver. You know what I mean? So they really need to go out and get him. Like, I'm not saying go out and sign George Pickens, but hey, man, if they go out and sign George Pickens, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea at all. They need to get better on defense, though. Like, they can't be letting 6.7 yards per carry. Now, I feel like Jacksonville's rushing attack's probably going to be better than, R.J. Harvey and what Denver's going to do. They don't have that little fucker that gets injured every fucking year. I forget his fucking name, J.K. Dobbins. They don't have him playing. So, and then Bo Nix will be able to run a little bit. But, maybe the media will shut the fuck up and all these stupid fucking fans will shut the fuck up too. Nice win for Buffalo, 27-24. Great season for Jacksonville. They rebounded this year. And they won, 13 fucking ball games? They had a hell of a year. Next thing we got to get to is the San Francisco 49ers triumphing over the Philadelphia Eagles 23-19. Looks like San Fran had to play a bit of comeback here. Looks like the fourth quarter, 13-3. They outscored Philly there, so fucking most of their points came in the goddamn last quarter there. I wouldn't say Brock Purdy was good. Brock Purdy looks like he was actually less effective than Trevor Lawrence. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and an 80 rating. Was able to move the ball, though, 8.5 yards per throw. Looks pretty damn good there. Even though Jalen Hurts did not throw an interception, not able to move the ball. 4.8 yards per throw. It's a problem. 1 touchdown, no interceptions for 168 yards. Only a 79 rating. So his rating is actually less than Brock Purdy, who threw 2 interceptions today. That's the fucking problem, man. Running the ball, I don't think you can really complain about how Philly ran the ball today. Pretty damn good. 3.9 a carry. Saquon Barkley had 106 yards on 26 carries. That's damn near good enough. San Francisco couldn't really run the ball. They were 3 yards per carry. McCaffrey was only 3.2 per carry. 48 yards on 15 carries. So, Philly outran them. But when it comes down to it, they're not going to win a Super Bowl ever again. They're not going to win a Super Bowl ever again because they're never going to have the running back production that they had last year ever again. Saquon Barkley was a fluke season last year. Let's not kid ourselves. Love Saquon Barkley. Usually he can't stay fucking healthy. It was a fluke year last year. It's not going to happen again. They gave him a nice extension as well, which made no sense. But he's not going to do it again. And if he can't do it again, Jalen Hurts, the only thing he's good at is rushing for 1 fucking yard. They've got one of the best defenses in the game. Top 5 or 6 defense. Well, couldn't get the job done, Philly. And guess what? You're not going to get the job done next year, so go fuck yourself. Go eat a Philly steak and cheese and get the fuck off my goddamn front porch. Just going to see what Sage has said here. Frig the Jags. We've got a woo. I would say the woo. My throat wasn't in such fucking pain. Sage says, I think it was a good combo of Saquon being good and their OC last year, Kellen Moore, knowing that they had to call good plays. I think it's a bit of that for sure. I'm not really sure who their offensive coordinator is this year. But, let's be real here. Who's their tight end? They've got a good tight end. Who's their tight end again? The name's eluding me. Is it not Zach Ertz? Sorry, I'm thinking of Zach Ertz. It should be, who's their fucking tight end? Because I got Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Yeah, Dallas Goedert. So you got Dallas Goedert as your tight end. Saquon Barkley. Okay, you've got a great offensive line. They've had a great offensive line since before Jalen Hurts was born into the NFL, right? They've got pieces. They've got pieces. The problem is, like, I really think if you get Jalen Hurts in a situation where he has to pass, like, think about what it really was last year. Last year, I believe Saquon Barkley averaged, what, almost 6 yards per carry? I believe it was something like that. So literally, it's like, okay, you're in, like, 2nd and 4. And then it's like, okay, well, 2nd and 4, we can just run it again. Okay, we just gained 2. Okay, now we're in push-tush territory, right? That's all it was. He didn't even pass for more than 3,000 yards. So I don't think even having a good offensive coordinator is going to mean a whole lot for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is what he is. He can run it, and that's about it. He's strong. Sure, he can throw the ball occasionally, but if you ask, like, I'd love for you to, like, set up Jalen Hurts in a scheme like they would have Peyton Manning. Play it like Peyton Manning would. I would love to see how many fucking picks he would throw. He's extremely sheltered. Let's put it that way. He's extremely sheltered. And that's all there is to it. Ever since getting Saquon, the Eagles have relied too much on him and the run game. Check out A.J. Brown's first 2 years in Philly compared to these last 2. Last year, I get it. I still just don't trust Jalen Hurts. That's just my thing. You know what I mean? I'm not a big Jalen Hurts guy. I don't even think Jalen Hurts is in my top 15 quarterbacks in the league. I don't think he's a top 15 quarterback, if I'm being honest with you. Now, maybe one day, some fucking Philadelphia Eagle will challenge me, and I'll bring up a list of quarterbacks better. I think there's at least 15, 16 quarterbacks. I'm going to say there's at least 16 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts in this league. At least. And he does have talent to throw to. He does have talent on the offensive line. He is spoiled. And he fucking can't throw for fucking more than 3,000 yards. Fuck off, man. Last game we got here, the Chargers. I mean, early on it was close, like through the first half, 6-3. Just a really grinded out game, that sort of thing. Pittsburgh gets an early field goal in the third to go up 9-3. I mean, both teams kind of struggled a little bit. You know, offensively, I would say for sure. I mean, Herbert only had a 74.5 rating, no touchdown, no interceptions. Only threw for 159 yards, 5.1 average. Certainly looked like he was banged up a little bit too. One thing about Drake May, though, is like, okay, touchdown, interception, only an 86 rating, but the son of a bitch goes down swinging, man. Like, fuck, he was the leading rusher for fucking New England tonight. 66 rush yards on 10 carries and 268 yards passing, which is a 9.2 average. So he obviously can make big plays, which is incredibly important. I think it's a good first playoff game for him, but he's certainly going to have to be better next week. Or I don't think they're going to get the win. Can't turn the ball over. At least he only turned the ball over once, I would say. But I mean, New England today, rushing the ball almost 150 yards on 30 carries almost. Justin Herbert was the only guy for the Chargers that was able to run the ball today. 5.7 per carry. So you take away Justin Herbert's 57 yards, between Vidal and Hampton, you're looking at 30 yards combined on 12 carries. They needed to be better for Justin Herbert, who's incredibly banged up. New England has a very, very, very unique team. And that their running game is good. Ramondre Stevenson, diverse out of the backfield. Trayvon Henderson, also very good out of the backfield. And Drake May can run. Like, he just led the team in rushing today. They've got a bunch of receivers. Like, fuck, this is what I mean by New England. Today, Ramondre Stevenson, 3 receptions, 75 yards. You know? That's like when they used to have Shane Vereen and shit. These specialists that would catch goddamn balls. New England's legit. Their defense is a legitimate defense too. I know they don't necessarily get as much pass rush as you would like, but I'll tell you who will get some pass rush. That's their defensive tackle, Milton Williams, and yeah, they got some good receivers in New England. They might not be as good as what they're going to be next year, but I mean Hunter Henry played great, 64 yards, a touchdown. Keyshawn Butte has been playing awesome this year, 66 yards. Stephon Diggs had a shitty game. Stephon Diggs is good though, right? So like, really like what New England is doing. I think they're well coached. I think Mike Vrabel is going to keep them in line, disciplined, play good D, good gap control, all that sort of thing. And this is like the one time I've been ever cheered for New England. I'd like to see New England win next week, but we'll see who they're playing, actually. We'll see who they're playing because we still have one more game to go this week, and that game is tomorrow night's game, which is, well, the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Houston Texans. So before I make my prediction for that game, I really feel like this should be a pick'em game, in my opinion, but who the fuck am I to say about this shit? The Pats win was typical Vrabel coaching, just grit and grind it out. Grind it out, but it certainly helps, man. When you've got a fucking quarterback, man. Drake May is special. Caleb Williams can do some stuff, but Caleb Williams is not Drake May. Same goes for Jaden Daniels. Drake May is a potential future Hall of Famer. I don't think the same is true for Caleb Williams. He can't pass more than a 50%. He got a little luck last night. That's fine. I don't care about Caleb Williams. I like watching Caleb Williams, but I'm telling you, Drake May is legitimately a future Hall of Famer. Jaden Daniels was a flash in the pan. Jaden Daniels was a faster version of C.J. Stroud a year after C.J. Stroud played. It's kind of funny I'm bringing that up organically about C.J. Stroud because that's the next game that we're going to profile here. So Pittsburgh at home is considered an underdog. A little bit interesting for sure, but who gives a shit, right? Houston is projected to win by 3. Houston's defense is outstanding. I mean, they've got arguably the best pass rush in the league. So they've got Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. They got, Sheldon Rankins and some other guys on their interior front as well. Their D-line has potential to wreak some havoc here. They've got, Shakir playing linebacker. I forget their second linebacker there. They've got Petrie. They've got Stingley. They've got, Latourier or whatever the fuck his name is in the secondary. So they're going to be able to play some fucking really good D. They do not let a lot of yards after catch, that sort of thing, which is one thing that, Kenneth Gainwell is really good at for Pittsburgh and that sort of thing. So defensively, I think we are looking at probably, if not the best, the second best defense that's in the league. And they're good at all 3 levels too. So that's pretty scary if you're Aaron Rodgers. Now, I do think that Pittsburgh's offensive line isn't that bad. They've got a young offensive line, but I think they've got a pretty good one. Certainly a better one than Houston. Houston's offensive line, from what I'm told, isn't that good. And I don't watch a bunch of Houston games, so I'm not going to act like I'm an expert. If we kind of look at, offensively for Houston, they've got Nico Collins. They've got some good receiving options, that sort of thing. They can't run the ball. The Steelers aren't particularly great at running the ball, but I do trust Warren to run the ball a little bit more than Bobby Marks or whatever the fuck his name is. So I think running game, Kenneth Gainwell's pretty good too, but he's more of a receiver to that backfield. Definitely trust the running game for the Steelers a bit more than the Texans. Receiving wise, yeah, you can give it to the Texans, that's fine. But DK Metcalf is returning, and that is a guy that you do have to pay a little bit of attention to as well. pretty good tight ends in Pittsburgh. Even with Darnell Washington injured, you still got Pat Fryermuth as well as John O. Smith, who had a terrible year this year. So he's not, to me, he's not going to be overly involved. See what Scotty Miller and Adam Thielen, Calvin Austin, all these guys can do as secondary, tertiary receivers. I think DK Metcalf does open some things up a little bit for them. I think that if we're looking at the matchup here, the Steelers are not great in the secondary, so they are going to allow some yards passing for sure. But I do feel like, okay, you've got Derek Harmon, Cam Hayward, and then from the edge you should have a fully healthy TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith going there. Don't forget about Herbig. Don't forget you can bring in, Patrick Queen, that sort of thing on blitzes as well if you need to. I kind of like the matchup in terms of sacks a bit more for the Steelers to get sacks than Houston, even though Houston, to me, their edge rushers perform better than Pittsburgh's did this year. Because Aaron Rodgers is going to get the ball out quick. Aaron Rodgers is going to make some plays. Aaron Rodgers, if he wants this game, he can fucking win it. Absolutely he can. The thing for me comes down to, okay, this pass rush that is going to happen, what's C.J. Stroud going to do? Because if C.J. Stroud's going to start throwing picks and that sort of thing, he might be able to get away with one pick. I think he can get away with a pick. If C.J. throws 2 picks, the game's over, in my opinion. Because they're not going to be able to run the ball. And if the running game gets really bad, they start fumbling too. I don't know. I think it should be a pick'em game. I don't know who's going to win. It really depends on, okay, how does C.J. Stroud do against pressure? If he does okay against pressure, then fine. How's their offensive line going to hold up? Okay. Aaron Rodgers not going to be mobile. That's fine. Both teams can't run. Pittsburgh can run a little better. Fine. Houston is very bad in cold weather. And it's going to be fucking cold tomorrow. Like, let me just see how fucking cold it's going to be in Pittsburgh tomorrow. Pittsburgh weather forecast tomorrow. Well, it's actually kind of warmed up there, so C.J. Stroud gets a little bit of luck there. It's going to be +2 to -2. Okay. So that's actually, now is that in Fahrenheit? I doubt it. No, that wouldn't be Fahrenheit, because, yeah, Jesus Christ, that'd be like -50. So, yeah, it's not going to be that cold. Be right around freezing. But Aaron Rodgers can play in the cold. You don't know that C.J. Stroud will. I'm not going to say with any sort of confidence who's going to win the game, because I don't know. I'm just going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers to cover and to win the game. Hoping Aaron Rodgers can win one playoff game, then go up, have a cold game against New England, and we'll kind of go from there. So, let's just take a look at the comments. Coaching update. Apparently Harbaugh has been watching film on Cam and Dart this weekend. I also heard a rumor that potentially Matt LaFleur might be getting fired, and Harbaugh has ties to Green Bay. So I'm not saying it would necessarily be the best thing for Green Bay to do. It's not necessarily the worst thing to do, because he's not an offensive mind. I don't like hiring guys. I mean, John Harbaugh started as a special teams guy. Did you know that back in Philly under Andy Reid? Kind of crazy. But he's a guy I think that can get a lot out of people. Now, it depends though, man. He pissed off a lot of the people in Baltimore. Maybe because they were so soft. I don't fucking know. But I think, yeah, Harbaugh is going to be extremely limited in who he's going to interview with. Giants make sense. They're a big market. Titans makes sense, because they have a young quarterback, much like the Giants. Like, you want to go where there's a perceived stability at quarterback. But if the Packers decide to move on from Matt LaFleur, that means Harbaugh's going to the Packers, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, the Packers have pretty much all the pieces in place for a Super Bowl, and he would just be there to elevate these guys, create a culture, all that sort of stuff. I think the Titans are realistic, but I think at the same time, Harbaugh might not be what the Titans need. I think what the Titans need is an offensive guru. So we'll take Harbaugh from you. Fuck you, Sage. And you can fucking take Matt LaFleur back, okay? You can have a little offensive guy, take care of your little Cam Ward, okay? There you go. That is how trades get made. Well, not a real trade. But I think you understand. I guess there is a connection. I was reading on Twitter. There's a connection between Harbaugh and a guy that's still in the Packers organization, or was in the Packers organization, but still has very strong ties to us. Plus, Harbaugh already has strong ties to, like, the Midwest and all that shit. So I think if Green Bay's job is available, that would change things. Now, I mean, if you're Green Bay, I think you are a little dissatisfied in Matt LaFleur. It's been 3 straight years in a row where you've been the 7th seed. You've been the youngest team in the league the last 3 years as well. But now it's time to take a next step. And that's where I don't really trust a guy that shaves his eyebrows. Never have, never will. Don't trust guys that shave their eyebrows to toughen up a team. So bring in Harbaugh. I hear Jim Harbaugh is still lifting weights. He's a tough son of a bitch at the age of 63. He'd be a good guy to bring in. I think he makes more sense, honestly, for a team like Green Bay, who I'm not saying is going to get him. I'm not saying we're going to get him at all. Than Tennessee, because you think Tennessee, doesn't Tennessee want to get that coach that's going to be there for potentially 10 or 15 years? I know that's a stretch, but I feel like you at least want to have a guy that could potentially be there by the end of when Cam Ward retires. And I think the best way to do that is to get a younger guy and to get an offensive-minded guy, in my opinion. There's a lot of other guys that are interviewing with Tennessee. It'll be very interesting to see who Tennessee hires. And when the hiring gets made, don't get upset if it's a guy that you don't know. Who knew about Liam Cohen last year? If you were the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, would you want Liam Cohen with Baker Mayfield? Or do you want Todd Bowles? I'm sorry, but Todd Bowles is a defensive coordinator. These guys grow on fucking trees. I can find them just like that. The fucking snap of a goddamn finger. They're that easy to fucking find. The offensive coordinator, though, it's like, okay, great. We've had 2 good years with Cam Ward. Shit. Now our offensive coordinator's gone. Shit. Now he's got to learn a bit of, new terminology and all that shit. Because they just took the coaching staff with them. That's what I worry about sometimes. But I think you already know I do prefer the offensive coach a bit. If Matt LaFleur were to go, it would be very interesting. I actually do think if Matt LaFleur got fired, he'd be kind of a perfect choice for Tennessee because he knows that team, honestly. Now, I know there's other teams out there, like maybe Oakland, that would want him, that sort of thing. There's guys out there. I think Kevin Stefanski is potentially the best guy out there that I would trust. I trust Kevin Stefanski more than Kingsbury. I think Kingsbury's pretty solid, though. I think he's pretty good. I don't trust Mike McDaniel. I'm not saying he's a bad offensive coordinator. I'm not saying he's a bad offensive mind. I don't trust him as a guy to build the goddamn team morale in a certain way. I don't think he's tough. I think he's too much of a weirdo. And I wouldn't go Mike McDaniel. I would certainly be looking at Stefanski. I think Kingsbury is interesting. I don't know enough about him to like say, hey, get him, don't get him, that sort of thing. But I think Kingsbury is pretty creative. I think there's a lot of other guys out there too. Now, some hires I might be worried about would be the Rams. If you're hiring from the Rams and you're hiring Mike LaFleur, Matt LaFleur's brother, the offensive coordinator there, or their passing game coordinator, I forget his name, I don't necessarily trust that hire because you've got Matt Stafford, you got Tyler Higbee, Karan Williams in the backfield, you've got fucking Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. I could coach them. I'd just be like, hey, Matt Stafford, just go up to the line, call what you want, man. Yep, just do whatever the fuck you want. And you know what happened? They do well. The Rams offensive coordinators don't call plays either. That is a good point. That is a really good point about LaFleur. He wouldn't be calling the plays because Sean McVay would be. Now, I actually, if I'm being honest with you, between the two, and I know nothing. I know nothing about the other guy, okay? The passing game coordinator. I think the passing game coordinator would be a more interesting hire that I would approve of than Mike LaFleur. Like you said, Mike LaFleur's not doing anything. He's just letting Sean McVay do it. The passing game coordinator is installing shit throughout the week. Like they are doing something. So I'm not saying it would be the worst hire in the world. I'm just saying you got fucking Matt Stafford and shit, right? So I don't necessarily think that'd be the right move, at least for me. But here, let's take a look at next week's matchup. And then the Blue Jays did make another signing today that's actually pretty intriguing to me. So playoff bracket for next week is basically going to be Denver hosting Buffalo. I'm not going to give you my picks right now because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the odds are going to be or anything. I'll tell you early on, I'm feeling that Buffalo is going to beat Denver. I'm going to say that right now. I really feel like Buffalo will beat Denver. I'm not making predictions yet, just letting you know my early gut feel. Now, New England is going to host. New England is going to host either Houston or Pittsburgh. A great game tomorrow, which I am going to watch because it potentially could be Aaron Rodgers' last game. I hope it's not. I certainly hope Aaron Rodgers comes back for another season. He's the best quarterback that I've ever had the privilege of watching, and he still plays at a very good level, especially given his age. Hopefully he can get it done tomorrow. But I'm going to be honest with you as well. I feel like the winner of this, potentially here, man, plays upset as well. I feel like both in the AFC, the number 1 and the number 2 seeds are going to get upset next week, regardless of who they play. I could be wrong. I'm just going with gut feelings right now, right? I haven't done any research, not that I'm going to anyway. That's just how I feel. So Seattle is going to have an interesting game where they're going to play San Francisco at home in a rematch of their Week 18 game, where that was literally both teams were playing for the number 1 seed. Seattle's the better team. It comes down to, okay, I say it all the time, how is Sam Darnold going to play? Is he going to turn the ball over? If Sam Darnold's going to turn the ball over, then we're going to have problems. George Kittle just tore his Achilles, so he's not going to be playing next week. I feel like Seattle is going to win to move to the conference championships. I told you I wasn't gonna do predictions, but I'm sorry. We're doing some predictions. And then finally, we've got the Chicago Bears hosting the Rams as the 2 seed against the 5 seed. I really feel like the Rams are going to win that game. I don't care what the odds say, that sort of thing. The only thing that could potentially sway me to the Bears would be, what's the weather going to be? What's the weather going to be? Because, the Rams, they're in Los Angeles practicing, right? That's a big difference between being in Chicago practicing. So if there's going to be, and there's not going to be nice weather, let's not kid ourselves. The weather in Chicago this time of year is not going to be nice. But I'm just wondering, okay, is it 8 degrees, Celsius? Is it negative 15? Is there snow? There's likely not to be rain. There's definitely going to be some winds. I feel like that's a big neutralizer here. I know Chicago is the 2 seed. The Rams should be favored to win that game. But to me, the neutralizer is the weather. I think the weather would definitely benefit Chicago, especially given their running attack. They could be able to run the ball better if the weather is, shitty, you know what I mean? All right, that's it for the goddamn wild card coverage and also some head coach coverage. In baseball, only got a couple little things to note here. You got Alex Bregman's contract that we reported last night, the 5-year, $175 million deal. $70 million of that is deferrals. Deferrals meaning going to be paid at a later date outside of his contract. I believe it spans over a couple decades. So that's becoming a very, very more common thing. I wonder if the MLB will look to squash such a thing. I don't know. We'll have to pay attention to that next year when they're doing their collective bargaining agreement. Now, I don't like going over minor league deals, but I do. The Blue Jays made, and I do not know, if you guys want to look this up for me, that would be actually great. The Blue Jays signed a guy today who did not play last year. So my question is, okay, why did Eloy Jimenez not play last year? And if he didn't play last year, did he play overseas? Was he recovering from an injury? I know he did have a torn pectoral muscle at some point. I'm just interested to know why he didn't play last year. So that's question number one. Now, this guy, I want to tell you, was a top prospect. So he's currently 28, 29 years old. Yeah, 29 years old right now. This guy was a top prospect. A very, very good player. Not only was he a top prospect, in his first year in 2019 with the Chicago White Sox, as a rookie, hit 31 home runs and 828 OPS and finished 4th in Rookie of the Year. Okay. That's, to me, pretty astonishing, to be honest with you. That's pretty good. 267 average, 315 on base, 828 OPS, 31 home runs. That's impressive. In his second year, granted this is in limited at-bats because this is the COVID year, 2020, this son of a bitch had 14 home runs. Again, only 213 at-bats, so that's about a third. That's about a third of the at-bats that you will get in a normal season. Had a 296 average and an 891 OPS. And he won a Silver Slugger as well. Okay, so you're talking this guy, okay, top prospect. This top prospect came in and he raked leaves. This guy was raking, man. I swear to God. From there, you've got a bit of inconsistency that starts developing a little bit here. So 2021, a 740 OPS, which isn't the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Still showcases a bit of power. 10 home runs and, again, 213 at-bats. So that translates to over 30 per year. The average falls a bit to 249. Okay. So still not looking bad. Looking pretty good, actually, still. All right, so let's go to year 4, when he's 25 years old. We got 16 home runs and 327 plate appearances. So you could say that's on pace for 32 home run power right there. The average goes up again, goes to 295. The OPS goes to 858. So it's like, okay, this motherfucker's hitting again, you know? But you can see kind of the problem is like, shit, his at-bats in 2021, 2022, he's missing some time, obviously. Injuries, that sort of thing. But again, you're looking at, for the first 4 or 5 years, you're looking at a really good player. And by player, I mean hitter, because he can't play. All right, so here's the 2023 season. 18 home runs, relatively healthy, 456 plate appearances, a 760 OPS, and a 272 average, okay? His on-base isn't great, but that's fine. For his career, 269 batting average, 318 on base, 780 OPS. I mean, those numbers look fine to me. He averages 29 home runs per year, over a 162 average, but we know he doesn't play 162 games, right? But 2024 comes around, and he has a terrible year. So basically what he does, only 6 home runs in half a season, 324 at-bats. And that OPS, again, 626. Not going to cut it. So, to me, this is extremely upside. This is a zero-risk move for the Jays. Like I said, it is a minor league deal. It is a minor league deal. It literally costs them nothing. The upside here, let's just say, because he's done it before. If he hits over 30 home runs, the upside is what? Probably valued at $20 to $30 million. If he was an open market. Like we're saying, if he hits 30 or 40 home runs, that would be valued at $20 to $30 million per year. Just the way it is. So to me, it's extremely interesting. He's a right-handed bat, terrible on defense. I guess he used to play a little bit of outfield. Mostly going to function as a designated hitter. This move to me seems sneaky. I remember when the Blue Jays signed Eric Lauer last year, I had the same feeling. I was like, there's just something too good about this move. There's just something there. Now, I don't know who he's going to have to beat out, that sort of thing. But I'm just super intrigued with the power that this guy's already displayed. He's hit fucking good. He's even hit for fucking average. He's hit over 290 twice in his goddamn career. So the Blue Jays make another fucking signing that's just like, wow. They're fucking fishing with dynamite right now, the Blue Jays. They know what the fuck they're doing, man. And anyone that tells you otherwise is just a fucking mark. Just a fucking homer that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So great signing for the Jays. Regardless, if it doesn't work out, okay, that's fine. If it does work out, great. But I just gave you guys a lot of reasons as to why this fucking is a good signing. 4th in Rookie of the Year, Silver Slugger winner, 780 career, hit over 290 twice, huge power. There you go. With that said, I missed a comment from Sage. Sage is talking about when the Titans had Callahan. So Callahan was the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, who was calling the plays for Cincinnati? Zach Taylor, not Brian Callahan. So, yeah, I don't like those types of offensive coordinators because, to be honest, I'm not really sure what they do. I want my head coach calling the fucking plays, man. Not fucking... Like, calling the plays if they're an offensive coordinator, sorry. To specify. We're going to do a Slay the Spire run here, so just give me a minute. Gotta get this shit all optimized. Alright, where are we going with this? We gotta go to here. It should be good for you guys in a second. Oh, I get a chance to redo my luck at the boss. And I might buy a game tonight. But it depends. I need to know the Thundercloud and what they think. And before I want to know what they think, they need to hit the fucking like button. Because if they don't hit the like button, then they don't get to post. Just trying to get this working here. Why am I having so many... Alright, you guys can finally see it. Well, here's where I died last night. But apparently we're doing a rematch. So let's see if I can get it right tonight. Be interesting to see if I get this one taken care of. Anger. Anger. Come on! Sage, post the name of the game that I'm looking to purchase, please. Ark Survival or some shit. Alright, whoever's watching, look up Ark Survival. Let me know if that's a game you're interested in me playing. No! No! God damn it. Don't you call out autocorrect. She just said she didn't even look it up. She doesn't even know what the game's about. She doesn't even know that there's dinosaurs with freaking laser beams, Sage. Think of the goddamn laser beams. Yeah, because we could start that one tomorrow. It's supposed to be a lot like 7 Days to Die in terms of crafting and shit. Different though. Escape the dinosaurs. Like Jurassic Park. Sage, what's your vote? If you guys send the money to my PayPal, I will buy it. Yeah, I kind of want to see what it's like too. I played when it was an early release or early access game. So I'm kind of interested to see. It looks a lot better from what I can see. Much better visually anyway. Yeah, I was thinking of getting the rust, but then Nathan's like, it's going to take too much time. Nathan talked me out of it. Blame Nathan. When in doubt. Seven Days to Die is grindy for sure. That's what he's just distracted me away from that game, I think. I do like 7 Days to Die. Not necessarily even a huge fan of the combat. It's just more so the making shit to me. Okay. It is. It seems like it'd be relaxing to watch. This little fucker, man. All right, what do we got here? You happen upon a group of what looks like purple fire spirits dancing around a large bonfire. The spirits toss small bones and fragments into the fire, which brilliantly erupts each time. As you approach, the spirits all turn on you expectantly. Okay. To receive a... Okay. They're going to give me an award, a reward. Dicks. They didn't give me anything back. Dead as dinner. Get a lot of run escaping done while watching. How much watching are you doing? Sounds like you're playing. Alright, give me a second, guys. I gotta throw a goddamn log on the fire. Oh yeah, you got 2 monitors, so you like to brag all the fucking time. Just give me 1 sec. Yeah, I'm gonna set up a multiple monitor system too, I think. Okay. Let's take care of business. Okay, it did give it a weak one. I don't know if I could do multiple monitors. To me, I think it'd be too weird, man. I like to fixate on my one monitor. How big are the monitors that you got? Yeah. I'd say 24 to 27 is ideal if you're going like multiple monitors, I would say. Alright, that went better than expected, I'm not gonna lie. But we need to start. We need to get some defense, man. Got no goddamn defense. So he says, I just have my Discord and NX ZT cam on my third. Occasionally pull up another web page if I'm Watching and playing. Jesus Christ, 3 monitors seems like overkill, man. Is it hard to set up though? Like, piss easy. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard that expression before. That's true. Looking at the phone is fucking annoying for chat. Fucking hard to see too. Oh yeah, they're not too bad. I bought one not that long ago. It was pretty good. Oh, he's coming right down to the wire. Bitch! This is very, very, very close. And we got it done! I was down to 3 fucking health there. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, let's choose a goddamn relic. I beat his ass good. He hit me in a corner though. We are now in the city. I'm surprised I like this game, I'm not gonna lie to you. Not a game I would expect myself to like. And I like that you don't have to do things like, you know what I mean? Like, you can wait. You can actually think your fucking move through a little bit. Yeah, I should just buy games that I think look like shit. Because eventually I'll like them. Oh yeah, Expedition 33 is supposed to be good, isn't it? Turn-based at first glance can be kind of annoying. We've got these fucking sages again, these thieves. They're trying to loot me like I'm an arc raider. Friggin' quacks. These guys are about to die. Give me back my money. Give me back my fucking money, you goddamn looter. These people should be arrested. Oh man, not a great start. Here we go. Heal up. Wow, we're having some... Jesus Christ. Fuck! Come on, man. Oh my God, man. When are we going to get a rest? We're in fucking trouble right now. I'm glad it actually worked for you. Usually it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. We're dead. Let's try the other guy. We're gonna try the other guy. The Canada Post fucking sucks. I hate Canada Post. I don't think you guys have any idea how much I hate them. Here comes the mongoose. The Canada Post waits for it to be delivered or something, probably. Takes their fucking time to deliver it, too. As if they're trying to break you down. I know, now it's all like Intelcom and shit. Yeah, Dragonfly as well. They've done some of mine too. You don't need fucking Canada Post, man. With the strikes, and then it's just like, they weren't even good to begin with, you know what I mean? I made a big, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, a good gamble, I think. FedEx is dumb with apartments, though. Really dumb with apartments. I remember they fucking, delivered $1,000 worth of tires. Didn't call me, didn't buzz me, nothing like that. They just left it out there where anyone could have took those tires and sold them on fucking Facebook Marketplace. FedEx is fast though. That's just my experience with them as someone, right, who was living in an apartment at the time. Yeah, like let's just trust these people not to steal your shit, man. I think every delivery company, though, like, some people complain of Purelator. Purelator's great down here, man. It's just all in who they hire. You know what I mean? You can hire idiots in any company. It should have been a sign for those tires thing, yeah. In all seriousness, man. You're talking about, I think, like, any order that's over, like, fucking a certain amount should be signed for. I like my strategy so far this game. High risk, high reward. Regardless of the price. See, I'd prefer that. I mean, in some ways anyway, right? But yeah, if it's a valuable item, fuck, make me sign for it. I like the run we're on if we can get there. Yeah, like if it's like a $200 order, don't bother. $250 or under. Oh my god, yeah, those finger pads, like, straight up. I can't do my signature at all in those. Yeah, I just put S, Rodnizer, or whatever at that point. Oh, we're going to take a slight hit here. Oh, you're lefty, are you? Should have played some baseball, learned how to pitch. We could use you over Brandon Little. You're damn right. Hell, you probably still are better than Brandon Little. Maybe we'll bring you in for a tryout. All you have to put on the application is I'm a left-handed person. And I know that baseball's a sport. That's all you need. Brandon Little doesn't know him either. I'm up against a goddamn looter again. What an idiot. Hey, he was good when he was on your team. Last year, he was good on your team. He wants to escape again. These little shits that keep just trying to run away. Little fucker's gonna get away too. You gotta be fucking kidding me with these goddamn looters, man. God damn it. I must piss like a racehorse. Alright, what are we gonna fucking pick here? Let's pick this one here. Yeah, he went down like fucking 5 or 6 weeks before the playoffs. Like, he was actually really good in the first half. Fucking Brandon Little. He looks like a little bitch, though. Let's start off like that. All defense. Gonna take a slight hit here. He blew his chance. You're never going to pick up Brendan Little again. Even if he does good in the back of your mind, you know. Yeah, well, Clace, at least Clace can't hurt you. Poor Clace, I think he was just misunderstood. He didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. Alright, looks like we'll get out of this pickle, okay. We really need a rest stop though, man. Poor guy's dead. Okay. I like the ones that are free. I'm upgrading it. We're in okay shape here at the Thundercloud. We're in great shape. All right, they want to shoot 16 at me. Taking a hit early. Gotta kill him here. Gotta get that health up a little bit, man. Alright, we're going up against the boss. The first, hopefully not the final boss, though. Pretty good for health. There we go! Fucking asshole. Come on! And we got him. For America, we got him. Big win. I would say woo myself, but my voice. Starting at the bottom yet again. Great, grand. Oh, this guy's fucking hard. So I was being a fucking asshole. Wow. That was hard. God damn. You gotta get some goddamn health back here. Come on, man. Holy fuck. I have to be on my game right here. Yeah, I probably am about to die. I'm getting fuck all for cards. Great. Just fucking great. Let me check something here. Alright. Fuck this game for tonight. I'll consider Arc Evolved, or Sage can send me Arc Raiders and I'll kick his ass, and that doesn't really fucking matter, to be honest. Alright, we're out of here. We'll be back at it tomorrow after the Steelers game. Until then, you stay classy, San Diego, and go fuck yourselves. Good night, guys.